Hey, I'm finally making a tips and tricks video. Unlike many other tips and tricks videos, this is not a video on how to win games, because most of those are showing you how to camp. These are genuine tips that will make the small difference in fights that may give you the upper hand. I think that everybody will learn at least one thing from this video, but please keep in mind that this is aimed at the people who just started comp ZR. Maybe they're not very good, maybe they want to get good. So if you're like super pro, you're not going to learn much from this video, but you might learn something, so stick around. Without further ado, here are 13 tips and tricks that will help you win fights. An AWP can one-tap bushes. This can be used to set up many combos such as AWP bolt or AWP pump. My favorite combo is when you throw a frag at the bush and then AWP the bush just before the frag would hit the bush, so it goes through, surprising the opponent and hitting them. Now, this doesn't work as well anymore because they nerf nades, if you hadn't heard before. You can shoot people through walls and doors if you're both pressed up against the wall / door. Of course, because you're also pressed up against the wall, you can take damage as well. They can return the damage, so always be wary of that. However, weapons like the AR-15 and Deagle can actually tag opponents through the door without you being pressed up against it. You can be a good distance away and still tag them through the door. You can revive while moving if both you and your teammate move in sync. This works especially well when you or your teammate are moving in the same direction and you are essentially pushing your teammate while he moves. If possible, when you have reverses and want to get a reverse knife and there's a player behind the door, throw a reverse through the window rather than at the door. Because the reverse is closer to the player and not trying to pull him through an obstacle, their pull will be stronger and you're more likely to hit the snipe. If you interact slightly before you switch to your healing slot, the healing will be silent, as demonstrated here. However, if you attempt to silent heal by switching from one healing slot to the other's healing slot, the previous healing will be played. Not sure why. You can bounce frags off yourself by running into them and then moving away quickly. This can be used to rebound someone's frag right back at them or to avoid being forced to push into an unfavorable position. This applies to basically every type of throwable, except for stickies. This is pretty self-explanatory, yet it's rarely taken advantage of. Remember that RPGs have splash damage? So if a player is behind the wall and there's a window nearby, make sure to keep an eye out for obstacles behind them that could be used as splash damage. If there's no obstacles behind them, you could always hit them through the corner of the wall somehow. I'm not sure why this works, but it does, so make sure to take advantage of that. If timed correctly, you can throw a reverse and shoot a snipe for full damage while you're being pulled in. You can essentially pull your opponent into a full damage snipe and then into a full damage pump if you swap fast enough and completely obliterate them. You can use chest as indestructible cover that can be removed whenever you want. Use this to your advantage by opening a chest only when the player is close enough for you to deal some good damage. If timed right, much like a nade reverse, you can throw a nade and an impulse a player into the nade. This is a flashy play, but I think it's useful in events if you don't have reverses. It's very tricky to pull off though, so it's maybe not that useful. For some odd reason, knocked players move faster on water than they do on land. If you're ever knocked and you don't want to get BM, just walk on water. They can't catch up. Destroy a hut you're in to surprise the enemy opponent on the other side. This works best with a pump because the hut will vibrate when you're shooting it with an SMG. Whenever it takes damage, it vibrates. If you know the hut's weak enough for a pump to absolutely destroy it, make sure to take advantage of this and just whip out your AR and destroy them. Thanks for watching my tips and tricks video. I hope you learned at least something here. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to tell me down in the comments. If you support the videos you like the most, that lets me know that you want to see more of those videos, and I will therefore make more of those videos. So if you like this video, make sure to leave a like. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.